Doing things, right? Saying. Alright, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Would you like to do it the hard way or the easy way? We're already halfway done. We ain't even started. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, the hard way or the easy way? Easy. Okay, so what I do is I collect the like terms on the top, I collect the like terms on the bottom. I try to get rid of the numbers right away. So I look at the numbers on the bottom and the top, 2 and 1, I can't change that, okay? So if I had like an 8 or something on the top, I would divide the 2 into the 8, get 4 or whatever, right? But I don't. So that's fine. So I have a 2 on the bottom, okay? I'm not even going to worry about this outside thing yet. What I am going to worry about is getting the top all collected. I want the x's together, okay? So I have an x, and I have 2 plus 3. So when I'm multiplying, I'm adding, right? So 2 plus 3 is 5, okay? And then I have 3 plus 3, which is 6. Right? And I do the same thing down below. But it's done. So x to the negative 1 and y to the negative 2. Okay? This is where it gets tricky. A little bit. You can do one of two things. You can say, hey, what's 5 minus negative 1? Right? Because when you divide, right, when you divide, you subtract. Okay? So we could do 5 minus a negative 1, or we could move the negatives up. Okay? And make them positive. And that's what I usually teach my Algebra 1 students. As I say, hey, if they've got a negative, because it's negative, I just go, hey, because this is negative, I'm going to move this up here and make it positive. Does that make sense? So I'm going to have x to the 5th times x to the 1 times y to the 6th times y to the 2nd. Okay? All over 2, because the 2 stays down here, right? All raised to the negative 4. Okay? And then, if I can, or if I have to, I collect my like terms again. So here's the 5 plus 1 and the 6 plus 2. So I got x to the 6th and the y to the 8th. Did everyone follow that so far? Yes. Pretty easy? Okay? Alright. Now we got to deal with the 4. Now remember, there is a 1 here, right? There's a hidden 1 on that 2. This 4 multiplies all of these powers. Okay? So it's going to be negative 4 times 6 is what? Negative 24, right? Negative 4 times 8 is negative 32. And negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Is that correct? Yeah? Okay? Alright. Now what do we do when they're negative? What? Sorry. Oh no. That doesn't work. What do we do? What do we do up here? Where do we do it? Right here. If it was negative, we move it to the other position. If it's down below, we move it up above. If it's up above,
what?
Move it down below. What? So, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to move it down. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to move it down. But I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to move it where? Up. So what happens here is you get x to the, sorry,
24.
you get 2 to the 4th over x to the 24th, right? And y to the 32nd. Right? Well, what is 2 to the 4th? What is 2 times 2? Times 2 times 2. 16. Good. Nice. Finally. There's a God. Sorry. This is the first time Algebra 2's actually answered that question. So, thank you, Cody. 16. You can tell that I have a hard time with period 3. They're getting better. Not as good as you guys. Oh, it's on film. Don't let them hear that. Alright, so there it is. Simple, right? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing all over again. Uh-oh. But because this is down here, I got to move that through first. Okay? I got to move that through first. So what do we do with power of a power? What do we do to exponents? We add, multiply, subtract. What do we do? Divide. What do we do? Power of power. What do we do?
We do the same. Multiply.
Multiply. Good. And there's ones there, right? It's really important. So that's really why... Oh, could I add these two real quick? Since those are the same. So 1 plus a negative 4. What is that? Negative 3. Good. So we just added those. That's negative 3x to negative 3. Okay. And then down below is 2 to the 4th, x to the 4th, and y to the negative 8. Right? And then what do? If it's negative, let's move it down. If it's negative, let's move it up. So put it in the opposite spot. Does that make sense? So this y is going to go up, y to the 8th, but this y is going to come down. So I get 2 to the 4th, x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, and y to the 3rd. Does that make sense? Everybody following me on that? Just if it's up, bring it down. If it's down, bring it up. And change the sign. Okay? Now, do we have like terms? Then we add these, right? So 3 plus 4? 7. And then what's 2 to the 4th? Can we change that?
Yeah.
You can't say, I don't know. You just told me on the last problem. It's not fair. Okay. Now what do? We got one last thing. One last thing. What do we do when we divide? We subtract, right? Take the smaller one from the bigger one. So 3 from 8. What is it? What's 3 from 8? 5. Thank you, somebody. All right? It's been a long day. Woo! I think I'm at like 11,000? Seriously?
That thing's off. You went from 10,000 to 11,000. Like,
You didn't walk that far.